Hi everyone, this is Nafish. Today I'm going to go over sheet summary in Smart Sheets. Okay, so things we'll be doing today is basically I have summarized it right here in this dashboard, and this is also this dashboard I have created in Smart Sheets. Okay, so I'm going to add new plots and graphs from the sheet summary right in this dashboard. Okay, now what are the things we'll be doing today? We'll be implementing some equations and creating a summary of a sheet, and then display those data right here in this dashboard. Okay, and then we'll be having multiple sheets. Okay, so basically creating summaries of individual sheets, and then from there we can make a report. Okay, and then we'll display the report right here. Okay, so let's get started. So before I start, I just wanted to show what I have in the workspace. I have two different files. Okay, one is the mortality rate data from 2000 and one is from 2010. Okay, so they are from of same structure, like the same column names and everything is same, only the numbers are different, right? And I also kept the dashboard right here. So this is the dashboard I kept open here. Okay, so I'll be working on one file. The other file I already implemented the equations and the summary. Okay, so opening up this file, and this data is huge. Okay, so around 12,000 rows. So basically, why do we need the summary? So you can see, like in this particular data sheet, we have tons of data, right? So rather than going through like this data, you can just have a summary here, okay, in this specific sheet. So the way you can create it, like click on this sign right here and then new field. Okay, then you have to give a name of the field. So let's say I want to know what's the total number of countries. So total countries. Okay, let's say total country, that's the name of the field. Okay, so you see I have that right here. Now since the data is like around 12,000 entries, right, and you can see like some of the countries they are repeating right here. Okay, so I want to know the distinct number of countries we have in this file. So that's why we are kind of summarizing it, right? So we gave it the entity a name. Okay, and then here we need to implement an equation. Okay, so equal sign, then count. So we want to count the number of countries, right? But you can see like the countries are repeating, right? Sometimes it repeats, like it's keep repeating, and we want to have a distinct country or like individual countries, right? So you can use the distinct function here, right here. After count, have the first rounded bracket and then distinct, and then you need to point out this country column. So I'm pointing out right there and erasing this number, and then have a column right here. Then select another cell, any cell in this column. Okay, select this and erase that number. Okay, so this whole column is selected, right? And we are looking for distinct country name, and we want to have a count on that. Okay, so closing that rounded bracket and press enter. So you will see like the total distinct countries, okay, are 187. Okay, so this is I'm creating a summary from this column, right? So now next one, let's say we want to know what's the total number of entries, right? So like how many rows we have or how many data rows we have in this file, right? So total uh, entries. Okay, so this is the name of the field. Okay, and hit OK, and here you need to just do a count. So equals count, this is the equation, and you can select any column here. So I'm just selecting the country code column right here. Oops. So is have the bracket open or the rounded bracket open, and then select this one, erase that number again, and then select any other cell to select the entire column. Okay, so now it will just give us the number of rows in this file. So this is the total number of data entries or data rows we have is 11,781. Okay, now let's say we want to know. So you can see like we have 11 around 12,000 data points, right? And it's not possible for us to go over each individual rows and try to see whether the year is changing, right? We assume like this file is for 2010, but there could be some anomalies in the data, right? There could be some data from other year. So we want to check this year, right? So creating a new field right here, and let's say year. Okay, and let's have a equation which is equals join and distinct. What this is going to do is, so basically it's going to look for distinct values in this year column, and we expect like it's only to be 2010, so the output should be 2010. But if we have other year here, it's going to show up. Okay, so if there is any anomaly in the data, you will be able to figure out. So join distinct. Okay, and select one cell right here, erase the number, and again select another one and hit enter. So now you see 2010. Okay, so we don't have any other year in this column. Okay, So, and other thing you can do is like, you can also move up these entries, like, so you can see move up, okay, and this here it moved up, okay. You can also do move down, and it just comes back to the earlier position, okay. So now let's have a count of total male and total female, okay, in this sex column. So I'll be showing some new equations, okay. So total male, so let's say we want to have a count of total male deaths in this entire sheet. Okay, so I provided a name of the entity. Okay, and then here sum if. So what sum if going to do is, in the sex we have three different categories like male, female, and both. Okay, so what we need to do is like evaluate this column. Okay, so I selected the first cell and then any other cell. Oops, you have to put column and then select another cell. Okay, so I want to evaluate this column, so this total column is selected. Right now, what is your criteria? You can see it's also gives you some hint, right? So what's the criteria you want to you're looking for? So I'm looking for a male. Okay, so whenever I see male, okay, in this sex column, what this is going to do is going to do a summation of these numbers on this column. So I need to point out this column, right? Number of deaths. So I'm just selecting any cell, okay, erase the number, and then another cell, okay, erase it, and everything is done. So I close the rounded bracket. So again, what SUMIF is doing is like we are going through this sex column and looking for a specific value in which is male in this column. Okay, and whenever you see male in this column, you just go to the another column, number of deaths, and do a summation of the corresponding number. Okay, so pressing enter. So this is giving us the total male deaths in this specific 2010 year, right? So I will have create another field, okay, and let's say I want to have total female deaths as well. Okay, so enter, and now I place the this entry right here, total male, copy this equation, and I can also paste it right here. Okay, and I just need to change it to female, so I'm doing female. Okay, and everything is same, so it's going to give us the total female count. And lastly, a little bit complex equation I would like to show is before I open up this one, I'll just show like one column right here at the very end. You have the death rate per 100,000. Okay, so I want to see the country, or I want to find out the country which has the most death rate, okay, in year 2010. So the way you can do it is I'm creating giving it a name. Okay, so group with most date. Okay, so this is the name of the entry. Hit OK. Oops, I need to change it, so I'll just go into properties. It's the date rate, right? Not the number of dates. So rate. Okay, so add that one. So I want to know which country has the most death rate. So the way you can do it is with index and match. So first equals sign, then index. Okay, so index, in this index um, position, you want to provide the answer you are looking for. So in this column, all the country is located, right? So you are looking for the country name which has the most death rate. So I need to select this specific column, right? Then I erase the number, and as I mentioned, I need to select the entire column. So you can see this blue line popping up. So it selected the entire column, right? So now what I need to do is do a match. Okay, match with what? We need to see the maximum death rate. So after having the match, put the match max function after the rounded bracket. Okay, and then I need to take the max of this death rate, right? So I click 1 and erase the number, and I need to select the entire column, right? Okay, so the entire column is selected, and then I close the parenthesis. So it's taking the max, it's looking for the max value in this column. Okay, and then it's going to do a match to the corresponding index of country. Okay, so if I get like this is the max value, it just go over there in the country column and give you the country name. So in this, after you do the match, if you can see here as well. Okay, so search value and range, so you have to specify the range as well. So this max function is going to give you the max value, and then you need to have another argument which is like which column you are looking for. So you are looking for the max value in this same column, right? So you need to specify that one as well. Click on that, click that one, erase these numbers, and now you need to close it, and close it 2 more times. Okay, so I think, and then you just need to I think we have one extra rounded bracket, so just remove that one and try to like see like whether these are all closing, right? Okay, so hit enter, and this is give okay, so this is the name of the country which has the highest death rate. Okay, so far so good. In this way you can just keep going, okay, and creating new fields and putting new equations. Okay, so now what you can do with this data, I'm just saving it right here. Okay, I'm going to save it. It's saved. Now I come into the dashboard. And in my previous tutorials, I provided some insight of dashboard. So here I'll just directly go into edit, and so you come here and add a widget, okay, and you wanna have a metric, for example, okay, and now you wanna have some data right here, and let's say I wanna have data from this specific file 2010. Now you will have the option to select the grid data or sheet summary data. So basically the grid data is the entire, the data file, okay? So the raw data. And the sheet summary is the data where you just created using those equations, okay? So once this pops up, I will just select this one, and here you will have the option to select like what are the things you would like to display. Like if you want to display everything, just select all and press OK. So you can see uh, the summary just popped up right here. Okay, so now you can do a lot of things with this dashboard, like you can do stacked like these, then move it up and down, do different things. Okay, you can also make it like left align, put it in the middle. Okay, so let's have it side by side, and here you can also do like make the title a little bigger. Let's say make it a little bigger, 18, and use a different number. Let's say red. Okay, you can also change the color of all these entries. Okay, so for now, I'll just modify the name right here. So mortality date, let's say rather than everything, I'll just have 2010, and I'll put it in the middle. Okay, so this is our data. Also, you can do another thing is like creating a link. So you go to the widget behavior and take action, open a Smartsheet item, and you can put the link of the data right here. So select that one, hit OK, and save. So what this is going to do, whenever you click it here, it's going to open up the 2010 page. So I click on here, and you see it's opening up the specific page. Okay. So since it's opening up, I'm just going to go back, and I would like to show you a couple more things. So here already created this 2000 data. So the data file is in same format. Okay. And you can see already created the summary. Okay. And I'm just closing it, and you can see like the same column names, okay, and same summary field. You need to make sure like the name of these entries, the summary fields, okay, need to be matching with the other sheets summary. Okay, so I have it here, so you can see like using that link I was able to open up this specific file. Okay, so that's the benefit of having link. Now let's say I want to have, so this is the summary for 2010. Let's have go to edit and edit dashboard, and here you can do the same sort of plot, right? So create a metric and then add data, and come here, let's select 2000. Here is the summary field, so select everything, hit OK. Okay, so you can see like here I'll just rename it. Okay, right here, now here, deleting everything and putting it in the middle and making it a little bigger. Okay, and changing the color, let's say green. Okay, so now you can see we have two sets of data side by side right here. Okay, however, these ones, like the order is different, right? So as I mentioned, like you can fix the order. You go here in the summary, and if you just change it, like move it up and down, you can see move it up and down, and that's going to match up. So you need to make sure like those are in order. Okay, here as well you can also move it up and down. You see, so I have the total country, so I'll just put it in the top, total country, then total entries right here, then we have year, right, then total male, total female, and everything. Now this spelling is wrong, or not wrong, like I had a different entry right here, right? It's like countries, not country. So what I can do, I can just quickly come here and change the property and make it to country, because we have to make sure like these names are same. This is not going to matter here, but when we're going to create the report, that can cause an issue. Okay, because that will give us like several entities. But for now we should be good, and you can play around with these. Okay, you can also change the name here, but changing the name here is not going to impact over there. Okay, so let's say try it, just have total. Okay, and save, and you refresh, and you refresh this page as well. You have to close it and then refresh, and you come to summary, and you see that name is not changed. Okay, so this is specific to this dashboard only. Okay, it's not like you change it here, it will reflect up in the sheet summary. Okay, so now we have so this is the dashboard, and we have data from individual files 2000 and 2010. Okay, now we can do more things as well. So I come up here in this specific, I'll save it for now. So this is our workspace, and now let's create a report from these two files. Okay, so I right click here in this empty spot, and then new report. So let's give it a name like summary report. Okay, and then let's select on this one, sheet summary report. Okay, and enter. Okay, now if you open up the sheet summary report, this kind of gives you the option like which files to select. So I will select both of the files. Okay, next is going to ask you like which columns to display. Okay, and if the column name is different, it's going to show up here. So that's why we need to make sure like not the column name, the entry names, or the sheet summary field names. Okay, needs to be same in both of the files. Okay, so let's say we want to have the year first, and then total male, total female, and then total entries, total countries, and group with most death rate. Okay, not this one, maybe country with the most death rate, and hit next. It's going to ask you some other things, but I'll just say apply because I'm not going to apply any filter right now. Okay, and here I will just hide this one, this primary column. Okay, if you hide it, it's not going to show up in the in this dashboard. Okay, so here you can see we have the year, then total male, female, total entries, total entry column. I don't know whether you want to keep it. I will just hide it for now. Okay, and then you have the country with the most death rate. So you can see the other thing in 2010 is not popping up, the name of the country. Okay, so cause you see like there are two different. If I select this group with most death rate, okay, select this one. You see the field name was different, so I need to make both of the field names same so that it reflects right here. Okay, so let me do that, and I think the data is for, I can fix the data in 2010. Okay, so I'll just go back and open up the data of 2010, and here I will just change the name. Okay, rather than group, it's going to be country, right? Country with most death rate. So hit OK, come back to the report again, save it, and here is our report. Open up the, oops, I just opened up the dashboard. So summary report, this one, and you can see like now it moved from there to here. So that's why we need to make sure like the name is same. Okay, and then I will just either I can hide it or remove it. I'll just remove it for now. So this is our summary file. Okay, so think about like if you have thousands of files, then the reason we are doing the report is like you can also do some filtering and shorten up from sets of data. But for now we just need to display these values right here in this dashboard. So I come up here, edit dashboard. Okay, and let's say I want to have a chart. So I created a chart, and then I want to have I want to add the data. So come to sheet summary and summary report. Okay, and from this report we will be able to make some plots and charts. Okay, so entire data is selected, hit OK, and it selected all the columns. If you come up here, let's select rather than all columns, year, and then total male and total female counts. Okay, and then we are good here. So you can see, and you can also change the title or put it in the middle. I like to be in the middle. And now you can also change the colors here. So double click on the charts, and you can make it like, let's say, orange. Okay, also like axis names and titles, you can also have those. Okay, I wanted to share one thing is like if you come up in the chart type, and also like the values, let's have the values if you want. Okay, in the chart type you can make it like you have some options. So you can make it like a bar, like these. Okay, you can also make it a stacked bar like this, so everything will be on top of each other. For this specific data, I believe like just having a bar plot will be good, so like this, and save it. Okay, so here's the data, and you can make this little bit bigger like this, and um, you can do several things. You can put the plot push up or down. Okay,